Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jordan Cameron back with another video update today of our biggest blow off top in crypto history, followed by the biggest rug pull in crypto history. Guys, we made another new all-time high just yesterday in total market cap, despite the haters in the comment section once again telling me I'm wrecked on every little pullback. Congratulations, we have another all-time high on total market cap, hitting 4.2 trillion, right? The 420 meme just yesterday. In today's video, we're just going to discuss on why we think the market's just going to continue higher, why the data is the same, the charts are the same, so why are we going to flip-flop every single day on our thesis? We're not, right? We're expecting the total cryptocurrency market cap to go on a blow-off top, right? And we're not doing that based on how we feel. We're doing that based on the charts, right? Based on our stablecoin dominance chart, right? Which looks like it's going to go lower, which means the crypto market's going to go higher, right? We're going to take a look at our Bitcoin, ETH, stablecoin dominance charts, our altcoin charts, and our global liquidity charts, which all point to higher prices today. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, guys. We're at 99,700 subscribers, only 300 till the infamous 100K goal that I've had. You guys are the absolute best for the absolute support and inspiration that you guys have been in for this channel for the past 4 or 5 years, however long we've been doing this. Some of you guys have been awesome. So let's jump on in. So guys, I mean, as we've sort of been talking about over the course of the last few weeks, we've got the perfect retests, okay? Total market cap. All we said it was doing, despite it chopping up and down, was simply retesting those previous highs from 2024 and 2025 and flipping them into support. And bam, there you go. Held once, held twice, held 3 times. Every time we came into this support, the bears got really, really loud. The comment section saying, oh, you're wrecked, you're wrecked, you're wrecked. Despite total market cap just being in an uptrend since the March and April tariff lows, as we discussed, that was the best time to be a bull. That was the best time to be buying, right? And we've seen about a 2x on total market cap since that point. And we've seen it held a support, and now we bounced, and total market cap has made a new all-time high again, right? And if we come over look at here at Bitcoin, we have the same story over here on the Bitcoin chart. Okay, since the tariff lows in March and April, we said that's the best time to be a bull, right? As we hold the 50 moving average band, we move away and we simply retest the previous 2025 highs, flip into support once, flip into support twice, hold, and now are pushing new all-time highs again. Now, I will state this. It doesn't mean we have to just instantly push into new all-time highs over the next few days. This could chop around right at the resistance, or even you have a slight pullback to the middle of the range somewhere over the course of the next week or two. But ultimately, what we are expecting, guys, is this is going to lead to higher prices for total market cap, higher prices for Bitcoin, and if we actually take a look over here at Ethereum, extremely higher prices over here for Ethereum, despite any type of pullback that we get over the next few days days to weeks, right? As we also have Ethereum flipping all these previous tops into support, right? Simple stuff, right? It's not rocket science, and that's what we do in this channel. We look at the charts, we don't get into our emotions, and we simply look at where we think the chart's going to go next. So as we kind of go along and we sort of look at, we get away from the short-term the short-term analysis there of simply flipping resistance into support on all our favorite charts, right? Let's jump into our more hard time frame thesis of crypto market going on to a big blow off top. And if you're new to our channel, this is not something that we've just been saying since now. This is something that we've been, which has been our major thesis since we've been at the bottom of our more macro rising wedge down over here in March and April. We said that's our third hit of the low of this bottom of this larger rising wedge, which obviously is a bearish pattern, and we'll kind of go over that today. But to kind of update our thesis here, okay, we have hit the low 3 times. All right, and what we're expecting here is a more of an acceleration for the total cryptocurrency market cap up to the 4236 and the 10 trillion market cap level over the course of these next few months. Okay, and our main thesis is that at the 4236 Fibonacci level is exactly where we hit on the 2021 tops. If we actually take our Fibonacci low to high, well, not a trade. We're not doing a trade there. That would have been a good trade though. we actually look here, right? We did hit exactly at the 4236 Fibonacci there in 2021, right? And we actually just look at it from a psychological standpoint. The whales love to push prices up to psychological points to get people extremely, extremely excited, right? And we also have that 4236 Fibonacci from our previous bull market top to our bear market low, hitting exactly, almost exactly on the pinpoint of 10 trillion dollars, which can you get any more psychological than the even round number of 10, right? And that also puts us, right, if we did come up to around this point somewhere in Q4, right to the top of our more macro rising wedge. If we connect our 2017 top to our 2021 tops, that puts us psychologically right in that zone in Q4 or Q1 of next year, right? So that's kind of our standpoint of why that's our goal. And obviously you guys know that every crypto cycle has had these parabolic blow off tops at the end of the cycle, which gets everyone sucked in, gets everyone euphoric, and gets everyone thinking that the crypto market is simply going to go up forever, when in reality that is typically the end of the crypto cycle, right? And everyone will say crypto will change the world, right? As we start to approach those levels, you'll start to see it all over social media. You'll start to see all your favorites, your favorite family members, your most hated family members start to ask you about crypto as you've been telling them about it for the past, whatever 8 years you've been in crypto, but they don't want anything to do with it. And then when they get to that parabolic moment, they're going to start asking you about it. And that's when you're going to see the rugpull.com bubble 2.0, crypto is a scam. Now, besides just looking at it from a Blake standpoint of the total cryptocurrency market cap chart, the main reason why we believe the market's going to go higher is two main reasons. And the main standpoint and the main thesis is our stablecoin dominance chart. And guys, I am not going to change my mind on the cryptocurrency market going higher unless we see one of two things happen, right? The first one is this stablecoin dominance chart hitting at least the 4.91% level, which we've been in a major range since 2023, right? We've been to the range lows, right? That was a crypto market high. We've been to the range highs on stablecoin dominance. That's been crypto market lows, okay? This low came right over here in April of 2025, right? That was the tariff scare. We hit the high of the range. That was the bottom for cryptocurrency. And now we moved down, and we're expecting that the high for cryptocurrency is going to come in when we hit 4.91% on stablecoin dominance, or push slightly lower to get everyone euphoric, to everyone think that this is going to go significantly lower, when in reality it'll be a fake out. And what we'll see is this play out as a giant Wyckoff accumulation structure for the stablecoin dominance chart. And if you don't know what a Wyckoff accumulation is, it's simply 3 hits to the low, where the third low either slightly takes out those two previous lows or equal lows, right? Gets everyone euphoric on that simple low right here before we see a spring phase up. Now, if you know anything about the stablecoin dominance chart, it is inversely correlated to the total market cap chart, right? So until this hits our range low, what we are simply expecting is, and this is our main thesis of why the total cryptocurrency market is going to go higher, that the total cryptocurrency market is going to continue to push up, which without evidence, with only facts on the charts, you guys can see that the total cryptocurrency market has moved up since stablecoin dominance has moved down. And we're continuing to see this move down, as you guys can see on the chart here, right? We've seen retraces up, but they simply been bear flags. And what do you have again, right? We have a move down. We have a bear flag up on stablecoin dominance, which is a pullback on total currency market cap. And then a push up for cryptos, which is simply a move down for stablecoin dominance, before we have another bull flag or bear flag up for stablecoin dominance, which is a simple sideways consolidation for the total cryptocurrency market cap. And now you guys can see that we've broken down on that bear flag again. Now, it doesn't mean we have to move up today or tomorrow, guys. Okay, this could take a few days to play out here. But ultimately what we're expecting is this to start pushing down again, right? And this to be the driver of getting total cryptocurrency market cap to push higher, up to our 5, 6, 7 trillion, wherever it's going to go, however high it's going to go. You guys know we're a big believer in taking profits on the way up. Not exactly waiting for 4.236. It's not guaranteed we get there, but simply taking profits on the way up for total, for our cryptos that we're holding as stablecoin dominance moves down to our range lows. Okay, and really until we get to 4.91% or somewhere close to there, I'm just going to continue to remain a bull. I'm going to continue to be confident that the cryptocurrency market is going to go up while you watch all their, everyone else flip-flop every single day. I'm a bull, I'm a bear, I'm a bull if this breaks out, I'm a bear if that breaks out. Guys, follow the charts that have worked since the lows. All right, we're not going to flip-flop every day. I'm seeing so many flip-flops out there. I'm a bull, I'm a bear, I'm a bull, I'm a bear, I'm 50-50. Guys, this chart has worked since the lows. We're going to continue to follow this. I'm a bull until we get to 4.91% on stablecoin dominance. My other way where I flip a bear. What's the only other way if you flip a bear? And if you can follow me since March and April, or really since a long time in this bull, you guys will know I am a bull on Bitcoin and crypto until we see a break of the 50 moving average bands. So we either have two scenarios. We flip bear unless we get 4.91% on stablecoin dominance, or we see Bitcoin on a weekly close break below the weekly moving average bands, which right now stand right around 100,000. Okay, and these are obviously weekly moving averages. They move up over time. Why? Because each time crypto has bottomed, has been at the 50 moving average bands. Okay, and until we break below there, I'm going to remain a bull, because in every bull cycle, until we've seen any weekly closures below the 50 moving average bands, it's been more smart to be a bull. Okay, over here in 2021, we broke it. That was a good time to get out of the cryptocurrency market. You didn't time the exact top, but you also didn't miss out on a major amount of gains from waiting into that point, right? 2018, right? If you were buying during the bear, you just rid this whole thing up, broke the weekly moving average bands. Yes, you didn't pinpoint the exact top, which most people aren't going to pinpoint the exact top. You're going to outsmart yourself trying to do that. Weekly break of the weekly moving average bands on Bitcoin on a weekly close. Great time to get out, right? And just kind of wait a few years. So really, those are the two scenarios where you're going to see me flip into a bear. A break of the 50 moving average bands, or a stablecoin dominance move to 4.91%. It's really that simple, and we really don't have to overcomplicate this, and we don't have to get caught up in the day-to-day price action, the day-to-day news events that are going to cause, if we go into like the daily chart here, we don't have to get caught up in all this madness, guys, where everyone's bullish and then everyone's bearish and then everyone's bullish and everyone's bearish. Guys, all this price action does not matter. All this price action does not matter. All this does not matter. Okay, we simply follow the high time frame charts, and we continue to remain a bull until we see any of our theses, right? 4.91% on stablecoin dominance, 50-week break of the 50 moving average bands on Bitcoin, which if you don't know what the 50 moving average bands is, you want to add this to your chart. It's simply, not rocket scientist stuff. The 50 simple moving average and the 50 exponential moving average as a band. Okay, that's really all it is to illustrate where we are. Okay, now, as we kind of go along here, okay, and we've talked about Bitcoin flipping previous resistance to support. We've talked about total market cap flipping previous resistance into support. Okay, we've talked about Ethereum flipping previous resistance into support. We talked about all these things. We have the perfect setup for the prices to go higher. And I think the main thing we have to watch right now is, do we have macro to support that, right? Does the macro environment that we're currently in support prices to go higher? And the answer is yes, right? We have our crypto charts that point to yes, it makes sense for the cryptocurrency market to go higher, right? But do we have the macro? And the answer is simply yes. If we just come over here to our Bitcoin global liquidity chart, you guys can see that right now Bitcoin has fallen well behind this chart. And I think it's due for a quick retracement back to it. We've been saying that over here back in late September. We said Bitcoin's really fallen behind this global liquidity chart. It is due to snap back and catch up quickly. And I really think Bitcoin is going to catch up to this global liquidity chart faster than most people think it will. Once again, it doesn't have to be today or tomorrow, but I do think we catch back up to this global liquidity chart very, very fast. Okay, as we've seen the stock market go to new all-time highs, we've seen gold going to new all-time highs. You've seen silver get really close to new all-time highs, but we haven't seen the cryptocurrency market do it just yet. And, once again, we go over to the next thing that I want to talk about, which kind of leads into that, is the altcoin market, is we have not seen the altcoin market break into new all-time highs yet, including Ethereum. Okay, and this is the total 3 ES chart. This is the total cryptocurrency market cap, excluding Bitcoin, excluding Ethereum, and excluding stablecoins. Give you a good picture on the cryptocurrency market cap, besides really the safe stuff. And you guys can see that total market cap just sitting right at resistance again, right? Sitting right at the 2021 high resistance, right there, man. And you want to call this whatever it is, the structure of whatever it is, right? That my main structure of is this really macro rising wedge, which once again is a bearish pattern, but we are expecting it to move up to the top of it before it breaks to the downside and cleans out all the trash and all the memes and all the pointless coins. So all those go to zero. But before that happens, okay, which once again, at some point you guys are going to hate me because I'm going to be the biggest bear in this market, calling for all the memes and trash can stuff that pumps here to all go to zero before the real cryptocurrency market cap or the real cryptocurrency bull market starts later on in this decade, kind of like the dot-com bubble in the early 2000s. I think it's going to be very similar to that for the cryptocurrency market. But I do think this breaks out relatively soon, guys. Once again, it doesn't have to be this week. Doesn't have to be tomorrow, but we certainly even could pull back a little bit if Bitcoin rejects from the all-time high for a few days to weeks, right? But ultimately, I think this breaks to the upside. You want to call this whatever it is, right? A 3 higher low structure, right? The 3 rising valleys on the weekly, right? Inverse head and shoulders, cup and handle, whatever you want to call this. I think it's just due for this to blast up to the 2618 and 3618 Fibonacci level. And you're going to see the kind of an explosion of the altcoin market over the next few months, okay? And I know that's taking a little bit, right? I know it's taken some patience for that to play out, but for every cycle, it's taken some patience for that, right? And typically that move happens very, very quickly. If you go back to 2020, right, in December of 2020, guys, we were still sitting down here when Bitcoin was well into all-time highs in December of 2020. And then it was really from January 2021 to really April 2021, a 4-month period where you saw this big explosion for the altcoin market. And in 2017, it was pretty similar, right? You were sitting all the way down here in 2017, right? You don't have the full chart, but you were well below previous all-time highs. And it really was, right, a very quick period where you saw an explosion for the altcoin market right here. Okay, I know it looks, in 2017, it was a very low market cap for altcoins, so it was easier for them to pump. But this was really the meat of the move from 11 billion to about 400 million. And in a very short period of time. This is also about 4 or 5 month period. So, as we kind of look forward here, we're right on the brink, and we kind of look at a few of our last charts here, which is our stablecoin dominant. This is our Bitcoin, ETH, and stablecoin dominance chart, which basically shows us what's stronger, the big four, right? The safe stuff, Bitcoin, ETH, and stablecoins, or everything else. And I've said this many times. You're at the top of this range for this chart here, and this illustrates really a breakdown of trends since 2021, a breakdown, retest bearishly, and though this may retrace a little bit higher up, maybe Bitcoin continues to lead until it breaks into new all-time highs. I am expecting this to move back down to the bottom of the range towards 64%, which basically means that everything else besides Bitcoin, right, besides ETH, besides, the stable coins are going to outperform Bitcoin, ETH, and stable coins. Okay, which you want to call that altcoin season. I'm not a big fan of the altcoin season term. I don't know if we're ever going to see sort of that altcoin season where every single thing pumps up 10, 20x. I'm not a big believer of that. I think you have to be a little bit better at picking your coins nowadays. It's not so much of like everything pumps and everything is just going to go up type of thing. But you want to call it, everything else on a whole outperforming Bitcoin, ETH, and stable coins. I think we're on the brink of that happening. Necessarily doesn't have to mean happening right now, right? This could certainly come back up and test the top of the range, but anywhere in the top of the range here is a good spot, in my opinion, to be adding to your altcoin bags, especially if they're still at range lows and bear market lows. So, yeah, guys, I mean, as we kind of go along here, and we kind of just check in on where we're at, and, we look at total market cap breaking into new all-time highs. We have Bitcoin right at the brink of all-time highs. As we go into the weekend, I think it's a good illustration of one more thing to look at is the Coinbase app indicator. And if I just do a quick refresh here, I haven't refreshed that in a few days. You guys can see that the Coinbase app is now pushing back up again. And, it's always kind of how it is, right? Price leads sentiment. Prices go up, sentiment goes up. Right now we have Coinbase. If we actually look at where Coinbase is at 249 on the App Store, right? Still nowhere near our number 1 spot for our typical crypto top, right? Still nowhere near our number 10 spot for any type of local cryptocurrency top. And I still believe that this just has higher to go before ultimately the market crumbles, which we'll talk about a little bit more in the future. But that's really it for today, guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And once again, don't hit that subscribe button, as we are so close to hitting 100K. It's literally will make my day if we can hit 100K by the end of this weekend. Just the unbelievable support you guys have had for the channel over the years has been fantastic, through changes that I've had in the channel, changes that I've had in myself throughout that time period. You guys have been there for it, man. And obviously not just for the channel, but if you want to be here for the ride of watching to see if our thesis plays out, or the biggest blow off top in crypto history followed by the biggest rug pull, or if it doesn't play out, and you guys can come in the comment section and say he, right? Whatever you want to do. I don't really care. I don't really care, man. So I'll catch you guys in the next video, or a live stream, depending on what happens over these next few days. Once again, market could just chop around as Bitcoin is at previous all-time highs, but ultimately our thesis still remains of seeing cryptocurrency break into new all-time highs over the course of the next few months. So anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great weekend, and it's been your boy Jordan Cameron. Peace.